I never get tired of hearing our theme song. I feel like it's been like forever, when in reality, it might have been, but who knows at this point. But hello to the internet out there this evening, good this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are from watching in the world, or if you're watching the replay, we don't judge here. And welcome back to another rendition of QUEERZ, a TTRPG romp through love, acceptance, a little bit of innuendos, and of course the good fight against intolerance and nonsense in this world, and especially given real life. So hello. I am your Q Master, Mikey. I am excited to be back once again to run through another exciting episode, possibly traumatize my players tonight. Just kidding. No promises. But we got the full crew here tonight, of course. First and foremost, back from his adventuring of his own epic proportions, we have Mr. Chris / Papriku back in the building. So we had a spotlight episode, and then you dished us last session. How dare you? I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry about that. But hi everyone, I'm Riku. Back again. After a bit of a hiatus and other personal stuff going on. Also from here in Madison, happy Pride, because it is Pride weekend here in Madison, Wisconsin. So
Yes.
getting to celebrate this with the game. So yay!
You get the Naomi finger. We love it. I'm so happy to have you here. The full gang is back together, so that way all of you can band together and be traumatized. Just kidding. Of course, we also have JT in the building as well. It's been less than not even 24 hours.
Yeah, that actually is about right. I think 22 hours. Hasn't even been a full day, and here I am again.
It's great. We're going to have a great time. For those of you who don't know, JT has also been virtually kidnapped and does wrestling podcasts with me on Fridays, so that's always a good time. And speaking of wrestling, finally, our last crew member of the evening, I literally saw him less than 3 hours ago, so we've been spending a lot of time together. Andrew is in the building, and I would like to, shout out to Andrew's partner / wife, because I don't know the proper terms, but I'm going to use both, for letting me steal him for the day. And I apologize. Don't hurt me.
There's definitely some negotiating going on, but it's all right. It doesn't happen too often, but it's definitely a jam-packed couple of weekends.
It is, and I appreciate her. And also, I was dead serious about what we talked about beforehand, too. I'm just like, So I appreciate it. And of course, even though he's not virtually on the screen, shout out to our PR, our everything, our techie, our producer, our manager, Will, owner of Halfling Wizard Productions, for allowing me to run this game here and doing all the good stuff. He deserves his flowers, because he does. And I feel like we need to make sure that we let people in our lives know that they are important and we appreciate their help. But enough about the gushing. Let's get into it. So tonight's episode is going to get crazy. It's going to get hectic. As of right now, I don't imagine there anything too crazy in terms of, trigger warning wise. But things might get a little heavy. So if you are a person that is sensitive to emotional weight and, more horror-esque aspects of certain things, because we are going to get a little creepy tonight, which I'm excited for. Please be aware, come back, take care of yourself, get some water, do what you need to, and then come back or watch us later, on the replay if you need to. But with that out of the way, let us jump straight into it. So let us recap what happened last time on QUEERZ. So, last time on our adventure, we had Atticus and Phineas, after witnessing what was probably the most uncomfortable scene that any teenager can experience by being verbally decimated by a teacher in the middle of their peers, was really, really bad. So we were trying to along with their new friend Sam, who is very trusting of these two grown adults in disguise playing these parts. Sam, we're going to have a whole nother talk about this later. But Sam, Atticus, and Phineas were all figuring out a plan of what to do. So, of course, Sam decided to be like, you know what? I have a friend. Let's go see them. And, of course, Atticus was nice enough to go with Sam to meet our media person who in return for their help, ended up playing the game at 21 questions and learning a lot about Atticus. And yeah, it was a whole lot. Meanwhile, in the other half of this mission, Phineas, as our janitor at this performing arts high school, decided to go talk to the PE coach, who is also the love interest of our main bad guy right now. So we love to see it. Upon having this conversation with Coach Hernandez, we as the audience and the players learned a little bit about things not necessarily being on the up and up. There are some problems between Dorian, the music teacher, and the PE coach, romantically speaking. And so he's a little bit worried and doesn't know exactly what's the cause of this. There was a mention that there is somebody coming in the next couple of days for the choir recital that has ties to Dorian, but it's shaken him to the core, and Coach Hernandez can't figure out why. So upon finishing this conversation, Atticus and Phineas got together, shared information, decided to go to the house of Mr. Dorian, and the nicest way to put it is we all were a witness to a lover's quarrel, like a lover's spat. But it was very emotional. We learned the emotional depths that things are going on. We potentially had a breakup. A wedding ring was left on the counter in the box. Like, it was so dramatic, y'all. It was like a telenovela. I was like, oh, give me the tissues. But then, I should also mention that we also have a new companion in the form of our electronic AI, Penelope. Penelope is now guiding everyone through this. We love Penelope in this household. But that wasn't the craziest part, because we ended last session with the lights going out, the window being shattering. There's glass everywhere. One of you may or may not have gotten blown with some glass. Yeah, poor Phineas. He's a little cut up from the glass, and we got a preview of Dorian slowly being taken over by this Justice Knight form, which is this cracked porcelain mask, which we love those. And so that is where we find ourselves. But before we get into all the action, Kyler. So last we left you were staying over at your friend Q's house after surviving the Hunger Games edition of going to a market and trying to get like some food that was very rare and delicacy. And you were just crashing at the pad. So we are still at Q's house at this point. So, Kyler, as you are sleeping on the couch and you are just trying to get a full night's rest, you suddenly hear a knock at the sliding glass door at Q's house. And as you're just like, okay, we're looking around, you see a tiny little pigeon just keep pecking at the window.
You know the one thing that I'm thinking of right now.
You know that's exactly why I'm doing it, right?
Yes.
I know you.
Also, the common theme of Halfling Wizard production games. Let's get Riku back in with the rest of the party.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I was that at one point too. I was just like, I've been away for a little bit. What happened, you guys?
There's always got to be one player.
Yeah, and that was my time this year. So getting a bit annoyed by this, Kyler's gonna probably grab a pillow and just toss it back towards the window.
He's like, shut up, pigeon.
Like, shut up!
I don't want to hear you.
You're like, go away. I'm trying to sleep. So you throw this pillow at the sliding glass door, and the peckings continue still.
What do you want? And I'm gonna get up all groggy and like throw open the window. And I'm gonna be like this groggy looking at this pigeon bird and just be like, what?
Well, hello there, Kyler. Thank you.
Now he's awake.
So you didn't really realize it at first because you were like half asleep and still a little bit groggy. But as soon as you hear this pigeon talking to you, it shocks you awake enough where you are able to kind of, after calming your heart rate so that it's back at resting, you realize that this is no ordinary pigeon. This is the nicest way to put it. It's like if somebody made a metallic robotic pigeon, but they they painted it the wrong shade of gray. So it looks real. It's a robotic pigeon, but it's just like, you can't fool this. It's like, whatever. And so it's this metallic pigeon, and it's just like, well, hello there, Kyler. Thank you for opening the window.
Who are or what are you?
My name is Penelope, and I am currently in this. Well, I should say my consciousness is split amongst many of objects, but I am in my drone form, which for some reason is a regular everyday pigeon.
So the rumors are right.
That is a whole different conversation for later. But you are not wrong, as this pigeon is telling you this.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Not the bourgeoisie.
My friend did a whole PowerPoint presentation for a PowerPoint party on why birds aren't real.
I love PowerPoint parties.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, I guess why are you here?
That is an excellent question. But first, I should introduce myself. My name is Penelope. I am a virtual assistant. This is my voice right now until the Q Master decides to pick a voice that is actually kind of fun. But I am here. I've been sent on behest of RTO and Mother. Your friends are in danger, girl. You need to get there.
Oh, okay. Let me get dressed and where are they?
Oh, no need to try to get dressed quietly. I have come with this prepared. And again, so imagine this as the robot pigeon's head, and then it just like lifts up and it's a t-shirt cannon, and it just shoots out like in the wadded t-shirt. The clothes that you wear is like
right in the solar plexus.
It's just mama birding the clothes at him.
Exactly. But in t-shirt cannon form. It's like
Please, not the shoes. Not the shoes.
The shoes come out.
Thank you.
Excellent. So please go ahead and get dressed, and then I will explain everything on the way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get so Kyler would start getting dressed and say, how far away is where we need to go?
Well, we have to head to this address, which is about 5 to 7 minutes on foot, so not very far.
Oh,
but don't
okay.
worry, you do not have to walk.
Oh, I don't?
No. One moment, please. And again, you see this pigeon just like slightly fly up, and then you start to see it just like shift and extend, and now it's turned into like a flying it's like a flying bike, but like not where the pedals is just, think of it as like Silver Surfer surfboard, but with a seat and a handle.
Huh.
Lord.
Okay.
Lordy.
This is cool. Yeah, then let's go.
Be like, all right, seatbelts on. The seatbelt just comes over like a whole roller coaster. Not even a regular seatbelt. It's like a roller coaster over the shoulder kind of the situation. It's just like, please hang on all arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. And hold on to your hats. Yeah. Just like jerks.
Yes.
So you are flying and cruising you're cruising through the sky. It is nighttime here in Chrysalis Bay. And so Penelope goes, your friends have decided to go look at the they decided to go to the house of the music teacher that they are currently investigating with potential exposure to ignorance. Dare I say, I don't think it's going very well. And Penelope like holograms a video showcasing your friends doing the reconnaissance mission. Then it shows the lights going off inside the house, glass shattering. Phineas is cut up a little bit, and standing in front of the window is the music teacher that is half still themselves, but also slowly being taken over what looks to be some sort of porcelain mask. It's getting buck wild out here. And so your friends are in the thick of it, so to speak. And Penelope finishes up the video. It's just like, as you can see, I think your friends need, what is it that they call it? Backup.
I see that. All right. Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty. And so you and Penelope continue to cruise through the sky. As you get closer,
GPT.
so as you continue to fly over and you get closer to the house, Penelope goes, "We are about 30 seconds until our destination is reached. Prepare to tuck and roll."
Tuck
What?
and roll.
And as soon as you say that, like Penelope just like totally skids to a stop and just like flings you forward, where the belt comes off and you just go flying forward into the yard. This is like, ah. So while this is concurrently happening, Atticus and Phineas, you guys are face to face with a half ignorancified Dorian. And as you are kind of collecting yourself, preparing for what's about to happen next, all of a sudden, from behind you, you just hear, "Kyler, are you calm? Or are you screaming?" Like, what sounds are we making as we're flying towards them? Da, 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 da,
Meep.
You're just like, meep.
Kyler, are you thinking about
Oh,
what
yeah.
kind of sounds you want to make while you're flying through the air?
Yeah.
It's like half panicked, like half. Well, I kind of expected it to be this way.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of like fear and confusion.
We'll go with the Courage the Cowardly Dog scream. It's like,
There you go. I don't know.
So I won't make you roll for it. I will say that you stick the landing, but yeah, leading to you sticking the landing is like, ah! And then Phineas and Atticus, you turn and you see superhero landing, Kyler there, but you also heard the copious amount of screaming that was the last 5 to 7 seconds.
Is it one of those like where like the floor drops out below you, but you just land on your fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay. I have a question. Since I did well on my reaction to the window breaking, can I determine how I reacted to the window breaking?
Sure.
So when he dove out of the way, can he kind of make sure he rolls up to where he's facing away from the music teacher? Because Atticus is very conscious of not wanting him to know who he is.
Oh, for sure. Since you succeeded on not getting cut by glass, that works.
Cool.
Sweet. So yeah, Kyler, you stick the landing. You see your two friends. One perfectly okay. The other, not dying, but a little scuffed up, so to speak.
I'm definitely picking glass out of my everywhere.
Oh no. It'd be like, it hurts. So, dang, we hate when that happens.
Wow, he just straight like.
It's fine.
I guess he didn't take that landing very well.
Jeez, he just rolled right off the screen. See ya, bye.
Nah, Chris will be back. He messaged me on Discord, and apparently he has no power at the moment. So, hate when that happens. So he'll come back, but we're still here. So, Atticus, you are at a pinpoint position where you're just like, okay, I'm good. Phineas, you are a little scraped up, making sure that none of the glass cuts are super deep or life threatening, but you're also okay for the most part. And yeah, so this is where we find ourselves. So, again, standing in front of you is this half Dorian, half Justice Knight form of Dorian fighting for control. As this mask is making Dorian kind of float a little bit above while he's trying to pull it off a la the mask. But it's not coming to anything.
Landing the way he did, making sure he's facing away from the music teacher so he can't tell who he is. Hopefully with the change of clothes that he has on, he's going to try to look out the side of his eye, make sure his friend is okay, register the friend that just landed, and then Atticus will raise his hands up in front of him and close them, and he's going to activate his hero form.
Like, it's hero time.
And so he'll say, what is it? Spectrum's blade or Spectrum's edge.
Mhm.
And you'll see, like, when you like hold a glow stick or a flashlight or whatever, and the light like comes out between your hands, but it's like prismatic. And he does the separation as his sword forms in his hands, like he's unsheathing it, and then his armor will form around him.
Sweet. So yeah, we have a whole entire Power Ranger / magical girl transformation going on, which we love. And Atticus is ready to go. So, Atticus, you are now in your hero form. So I'm going to let you get one. I don't want to call it action, but yeah, we'll call it an action. Why not? So you get one thing, one maneuver, one action, something you want to do as of right now, and then I will turn it into, Phineas kind of being able to do something since he's almost done, making sure that he's not bleeding profusely.
Where exactly is the Felix, Mr. Dorian, located? Is he directly in front of the open window, or is he dropped down to like ground level?
He is in front of the window, so he is still currently inside, as if he's standing from the inside looking out through the shattered window. So okay. He is currently still inside.
With my friend down, I'm going to try and get his attention away from him. So Atticus is going to... I'm going to attack him with my sword.
You're like, hit him with the sword.
I hope that it's more of the Power Rangers impact than like, Kill Bill impact. Meaning that like when I hit him, it's not like slashing at him. That it's
You're not going to take another hand.
Yeah, no, it's that like it's doing some blunt damage instead of slashing damage. Kind of. He's trying to hit him with the impact of his weapon. I don't know if if you ever watch the Power Rangers, like they hit their enemies and like sparks went flying and stuff like that.
There's never any cut marks. It's always just blunt damage. You're like, wow, that's anticlimactic.
But I'm going to try and basically I want to... How far away are we from him?
Well, let me see. So after the glass shattered, I would say that you probably went back about, I'll say about a yard / 3 feet, enough because you didn't the impact blast. So you're about 3 feet away from the window.
Okay. Then 3 feet. So I think that's good enough. I mean, I'm going to try and get as much of a run as I can, like stand up, spin, and actually, instead of attacking him with my sword, that would give me more bonuses. But I'm going to run and like jump kick him and try to drive him back into the house. Hopefully, like maybe into some furniture and stuff that's in there.
Not the furniture.
But I want to try and use that as like a way to like break the focus of whatever's taking him over. Hopefully, if it's like able to focus on something, it focuses on me. But I want to try and like physically drive him back while also potentially breaking the thing that's trying to consume the instructor, the teacher.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right. So for that, I would like to use karate, intimidating combat,
Yes.
and if possible, decisive and powerful.
Yeah, I'll say yes to all three, so you get to add
All
a +3 to that.
Yeah.
So he'll have drawn his sword because that's kind of his activation thing. He'll spin into the like pivot position and run and full on Jean-Claude Van Damme like side.
Yes.
Is your sword, is it double-edged or is it single-edged?
It's single-edged. I'll send a.
You should totally just Rurouni Kenshin him.
Oh, spin it and
Just be like flip it back, whack, and hit it with the backside of the blade.
All right. I'm gonna
Let's see how well
for
this
it.
goes.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, we'd love to see that. So again, between a 7 and 9, you have a partial success, but there is going to be a little bit of a hiccup along the way. Oh,
I did have 3 things that I added to that too.
Oh, okay. So you got 10. Never mind. So you succeed and you get to do exactly what you wanted in this case. So, however you want to go about it, whether it is Mr. Van Damme or.
Yeah. I'll stick with that because that would add the 3. So I'll run and jump kick and try to like, if that kitchen or that dining room table is right behind him, or if that's not available, hopefully into like one of the sofas in the like front room. But I don't know if I'd drive him back that far.
I will say that you're able to kind of kick him into like one of the recliners that's just chilling right there. So you're like, hi, I'm just, sorry. Every time I say hi, I have Miss Piggy saying it in my head. That's just what stuck with me.
Yes.
We love to see it. But you are able to kind of push, Dorian question mark, as like in a video game, it's like Dorian question mark. And you're able to push him back into the recliner as, again, he is, but again, it's very distorted voice. It is Dorian's voice, but it's like being run through a vocal distortion. I don't want to say Vocaloid, but yeah. So you are now in the house, and you are in a combat with this, entity of this Justice Knight. So, meanwhile, outside, Phineas, as you are, finishing up, you're like, okay, I'm a little cut, I'm a little bruised, but I'm okay. You also just witness your compadre, Atticus, go into hero form, hit a Van Damme through to this half Justice Knight formed Mr. Dorian, and is now inside of the house while you are currently outside. So, what would you like to do?
So are we still playing with the fact that Kyler and Penelope in bird form are still there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna try some things. First, so if I look like I'm relatively well enough and I'm not bleeding all over the everywhere, I'm in essence I'm gonna shift as well, but my shift is going to be putting my hand over my face, Vizard style from Bleach, and in essence making my mask appear over the top of me while I'm like, oh, it's on. And the mask goes over and the rest of everything kind of transforms over the top of me. And I
get a wrong card transformation.
I'm gonna look over at Penelope and be like, I'm gonna ask Penelope if she can go into defense mode to help Atticus at all.
So as you are since you're in the middle of doing this, you tell Penelope this, and Penelope's like, I am on it. Please be careful. And she, again, still in pigeon form, goes and flies in through the window. Oh no, I think, JT, we lost your sound.
Because I'm muted. I forgot how to unmute my stuff. So let's roll this back a little bit.
Take two.
Yes. So as Penelope is kind of going in towards the fray, Atticus is already there with Dorian. That's a small window for me to just kind of go in there swinging. So I'm at least going to draw said weapon and, in essence, hold my action, waiting for an opening.
Okay. I will say that you are able to do so. So that, yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want to thump Atticus in the head with this Tetsubo. That would suck. Be like, what?
It's like, eh. So you are going to hold, which you are able to do so.
I might have to, just letting you know this now, might have to charge up with the Nico knee.
Not the Nico kneecaps. We love it. Alrighty, back in the middle of the house. So Atticus, you are full on in fight mode, and I will say, without you rolling, because you are in hero mode, your senses are heightened to a certain degree. So you hear the flutter of metallic wings coming in, or at least metallic gliding, I should say, at this point. And you see pigeon form Penelope just roll up beside you. It's like, Atticus, I am here to offer assistance. You just hold it. You just let Penelope land on you. Even
Just-
Here, bird.
I picture him standing in front of the window with the sword drawn, light glowing off of his chest, and without even reacting, just arm out, pigeon land. No,
You just watch him like one quick sword stroke right through Dorian, and then all of a sudden he just extends his arm out, and Penelope just lands on his arm.
That is what happens now. So Penelope lands on your arm. Atticus is just like, it's like, ally. Not Atticus. Ally. I am here to help you out. I have defensive capabilities, but in this current form, I am not the biggest fighter, but I am able to help cause a distraction or any healing that you might need. Y'all have a medic.
Do you? Oh crap! We don't know what it is. Do you? Did you happen to be recording the conversations we were listening in on earlier in the house?
Yes. Would you like me to play them back?
No. Can you ready the last recorded lines of Coach Alejandro and fly up to one of the corners near the front door and stay hidden?
Oh
Nice.
my. You cheeky. In the words of Charles Crowley, the wrestler, you cheeky little bastard. I love it. Penelope is a smart individual and realizes what you're planning. It's just like, oh, I see. Remind me to stay on your good side, Atticus. That I can do. It will take me a few seconds, so please keep Mr. Dorian busy while I prep for all of that. As I get all my dice out right now.
And prepare those on a loop. And Atticus, in time with as Penelope flies off, is going to hop whatever furniture might be in the way of him and move to engage Dorian, like counter. So basically flank him in between himself and where Penelope will eventually be. So then that way he draws the attention away from her movement as well.
Cool. Alrighty. So I will say, and I won't even make you roll for it because that is a smart plan, and I like to reward my players when they do awesome things. So so Penelope goes off to fly into a dark corner as possible. So we're gonna roll for Penelope in a little bit here to see how successful she is. So she begins flying. Penelope is preparing this as she is flying to a corner. Cool. We're going to get to that result in a little bit. So, Penelope finds or what she thinks is a good hiding spot in like the dark shadow of where the shelves and the moonlight come to hide her as she's perched on like a house plant or a faux house plant that's hanging on the wall. And she begins to sit there. And with an 8, she is able to successfully get this. The problem is taking her a little bit. And again, because this is not the most optimal form for Penelope, you can all visibly hear the whirring of her internal,
It's like an old cassette.
Exactly. Everybody can hear it. And as she is trying to stay hidden and get this done as quickly as possible, Dorian, who is on the recliner, still sitting in the recliner because it's going to take him a hot second to get up out of it, he turns his head over to the sound of it. He can't see Penelope, but he could definitely hear her. And so now he notices that there's something in the shadows over there. That's what happened. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So, meanwhile, we go back to Phineas, who is at the ready. So, I will say, for all intents and purposes, Phineas, you are able to hear any conversations that's inside the house because the window is busted open, so it's not like it's closed and muffling any sound. So you heard the plan, and you are also see that Dorian is aware that Penelope is hiding somewhere in the shadows. And upon his next turn, he's probably going to try to make his way to said direction of sound.
Okay. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to hope that it's going to work. Yeah, we're going to do it.
Don't forget your abilities.
I don't have any. All of mine are in the smart stuff, not the combat stuff. I got nothing. Like, when we start doing smart things or like things that have to do with like historical accuracy, I am going to ace this test, but outside of that, no.
Be like, we're gonna wing it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's actually what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna take that large ass like Tetsu bow that I've got. So it's a large 4 foot long studded staff, and I'm literally going to over the top of my head try to tuck it end over end and hit Dorian in the face with it.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, I'm glad I moved out of the way.
Yeah. You'd moved just enough. I was like, you know what? Fuck around and find out.
All righty. So, well, let's see how successful you are. So, Atticus, go ahead and let's you know what? Yeah, just let's have you roll and see how successful you are. Oh, I love when things come together like this.
You mean like to dodge?
Dice roll.
Dice roll. We love this. So
got me a 7.
Oh boy. Okay, so you have a partial success, which means that you are able to do what you set out to do.
But your weapon breaks.
But there's going to be a slight hiccup. So, Kitsune / Kitsune man. I'm just kidding.
Captain Kitsune.
Captain Kitsune. So, Kitsune, as you are, as you wield up the bow and you are loading up to, smack Dorian, and who is in this recliner as somewhat of a distraction. With all intents and purposes, we're not trying, y'all are trying to do damage, but not enough where the cops are going to be called.
Fine, whatever.
We both have masks. That's fine.
Yeah. We have alibi. It's fine.
So,
that'll be for our villain arc.
Yeah, so you are able to. So as you come in close and you take your Tetsubo and you smack Dorian, who is still currently sitting in this recliner, whose head is turned towards the direction of Penelope, you are able to successfully hit him. It's like, ah. Here's the problem, though. So you hit him with enough. You hit him in an angle and a certain force where he flies back. The recliner falls, and then because of the momentum of the chair, it kind of pushes him, and he does like a he does a backwards roll to where he rolls up into a standing position.
That's fine.
Holding your weapon.
That's fine too.
Yes, holding your weapon. I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't a big failure. I'm not going to disarm you. Now, had you failed, that's what would have happened. So he's in a rolling position. Also, as you take a look at your Tetsubo, it is still in one piece, but the impact of hitting Dorian has misaligned some of the string of your Tetsubo. So you're going to need to take a turn to fix it if you're going to want it to fire as accurately as possible. You could still fire it, but there's going to be a little bit of a penalty per se.
Oh, no. Okay. That's okay. Hang on.
Alrighty. So, Atticus, we're back to you. In Phineas's attempt to help, somewhat helps, but also now the bad guy is on his feet. And
how is all the transformation going on? Does it look like it's stopped? Is it continuing? What's going on there?
I'm saying it's going to continue, but it's going at a very, very slow pace. You see, well, I say standing, but it's more like hovering / floating as, how do I put this? It's kind of like Brainiac just floating around in his chair, just like floating all over the place. But because this is a full grown adult, they are like maybe 2-3 inches off the ground floating, but you can see like this mask is being the force that's kind of doing all the floating, and you just see Dorian trying to rip whatever this mask is off, struggling, and all stuff and all things.
All right. I wish it wasn't on his face. That's so dangerous. All right. I'm assuming. I know we didn't confirm this or anything, but Atticus is going to assume that Penelope will give us some indication when she's ready, or maybe I still hear the whirling. So I'm assuming I still hear the whirling, right?
Yes. So
it's only
been
been like a second or two.
And backtrack a little bit. Yeah, we'll say it takes about it will take about 15 seconds for Penelope. Okay. So within the span of this, we'll say it's been like 3 seconds. So, yeah. So we're like 12 seconds left.
All right. He rolled up from the recliner. Is there like a couch behind him by chance?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Atticus is going to is he facing me or is he facing Kitsune now?
Well, I'm trying to think. So I will say that you and Kitsune are now kind of side to side, so to speak.
Okay. Okay, then Atticus is going to once again try and push him down to the ground, like drop him again with a strike, to try and set up like restraining him. So he's going to start off with throwing a front kick, a teep, like full force, summon all of his Sentai warrior strength, whatever that means. We don't have strength ratings, so I don't know. So once again, I will use my karate and decisive and powerful to add to actually, as I'm doing that, right before he throws the kick, he's going to call out in his own, what were we saying? I can't do the Batman voice. Felix.
Yes.
Fight him, Felix.
Where's Rachel? I'm just kidding.
What have you done with her? And he's gonna throw a front kick, so I'll also try to use my intimidating combat to do that. So I can add 3 to it. I got an 8, so 3 is 11.
All right, that is a full-on success. So you succeed in what you're trying to do.
All right, so I'll try to push him back. If there is a couch, hopefully it like knocks him into it, so he's kind of laid down. So we can maybe try to pin him down or something, try to restrain him. If there's not, then hopefully maybe I can push him into the wall or even drop him to the floor, depending on how strong my kick is.
Yeah, I mean, you succeed, so you're able to kind of, again, push him. So I will say this, though, Atticus. So you are able to succeed, and as you kick to kind of push him over the couch for the next move to try to be to pin him down, as you kick him, you definitely make an impact, but upon the impact, you feel some sort of force kind of push back, but not like in a physical sense, like, oh, it's another person's limb or something, like putting up resistance. It's something more on a kind of
like force field
kind of sense that sends a shiver through your nerves and to your spine, and you feel it. And upon making contact and doing this, you, in your head, you you hear what seems to be like what happened. It's kind of similar to a sound of when you smack a tuning fork and you can kind of hear the vibrations a little bit.
So it's like I hit an aluminum baseball bat wrong with a wrong grip. And so I hear that ringing and I feel that.
But here's the kicker, though. The ringing, whereas like a metal bat and a tuning fork, like we all know what that sound is like. However, that vibration begins to coalesce into a sound wave that kind of starts to pierce inside of your mind, and you just begin to hear a cacophony of like staticky noise in a sense. So it's like, okay. So full transparency here, right? So I have synesthesia. So that means that synesthesia is when 2 or more of your senses are kind of like cross-wired. My sense of sound and my sense of sight have been crossed. So I literally can see music notes. It's great. It can be fun. However, when there is too much noise and I begin to visualize it, I have to close my eyes in order to not, make myself pass out from so much stimulation. So imagine that cacophony of noise just stacked into your brain, and it's starting to affect it's kind of like getting a migraine in a sense.
Just the one eye starting to go.
Yeah. So again, you are successful, but that is not fun.
Good. Note to self, hit him with the sword. Don't use your limbs.
So Penelope chimes up and is just like 7 seconds remaining. So Phineas, we're gonna go to you.
Oh boy. Trying to think, because so when he hit him, does it reverb to everybody or just to him?
Just to him.
So he full on kicked him and proceeded to can you visibly see that Atticus is hurt?
I feel like Atticus probably kicked him, and then it was probably one of those
oh God, what just happened?
Like grabbing the head a little bit, maybe.
I'm assuming that I would have kicked him with the impact, reset, and then had a whoa.
Like catch yourself. It's like, well,
almost like I got dizzy or something, like I got lightheaded.
Okay, because I hit him and that didn't happen with me, but you hit him and it happened. I'm like, huh.
To be fair, I hit him a second time. So the first time I hit him, that didn't happen.
True.
At least you wouldn't have seen it, though, because you were outside. So
it's true. Okay. Crap. No, that's... How far away is Atticus from Dorian right now? Are they like right next to each other?
I'll say that they're probably like a good 2-3 feet away, because Atticus just kicked him and Dorian now has flipped over and he flipped over and is currently on the floor in front of this couch because Atticus kicked him over a couch and then made him topple over. So Dorian is currently on the floor.
Oh, he's on the floor.
Yes. Upon his turn, he is going to try to stand back up.
There's what I want to do, and what I probably shouldn't do that move should be, because my initial reaction is I'm gonna just rock this club up and over the top of my head and just like right down on his sternum, but I don't want to like that could cause some serious damage. I guess I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna kind of take a little bit more of a defensive stance, if you will, asking Atticus, "Hey, you good? Like that looked like it rocked you kind of hard."
I'm fine.
That's the voice modulator in your helmet. It just comes with that.
The weird shock of hearing his voice. I'm like, okay. And hearing the 7 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hold another defensive stance, kind of closer. Like, so if I swing, I'm not gonna hit Atticus, but like I wanna make sure that I'm like separated away from him and like kind of ready again.
You're gonna make sure if he casts Fireball, you're not in the same rate. He can't get us both.
Exactly. Or if I have to, if he decides to stay down a little bit more, it might turn into some Nico kneecap time. We'll see.
He's just on the ground, but his legs are on the couch, so you could just.
You're like, perfect.
Oh no!
Like you lined it up for me.
Just give him the inverted knees and.
Not the inverted knees.
Yeah, so that'll. I guess I'll hold my action.
Cool. So you find yourself in a defensive position. Meanwhile, Penelope's like, rewind complete. Beginning transmission. And so Penelope, well, you two are preoccupied with I was gonna say
she just opens her mouth and it just plays out, but the mouth doesn't move.
Well, that's kind of exactly what I'm going for. So you two can't see it because she's in the shadows and you're preoccupied with Dorian in front of you. But Penelope just literally opens the beak, and inside is a little speaker that kind of pops out a little bit so we can get some surround sound. And Penelope begins to play the last, I'll say, a little bit of the conversation between Coach Alejandro and Dorian. And both of you see that as this is playing, you see what remains of Dorian's actual face begin to, we'll say, like, the mask is like this, like you only see the eye and it's covered in like his mouth and like the other half of his face. But with the freeze, what's left of his face, you just see a tear kind of like streaming down the face. And he's still struggling a little bit to pull the mask off. But upon hearing the replay and the looping of this conversation, you both physically see him physically see the like physical representation of him just giving up, trying to fight whatever's happening to him, as he's now thinking about this, and now he's his heightened emotions have kind of taken over a little bit, and so now he's just crying, and you physically see him like give up trying to fight back because now he's preoccupied with the immense sadness that he hears. And as you two are watching this,
My plan worked perfectly. No, I'm just kidding.
both of you hear within the vicinity, again, very distorted, but now less Dorian and more, modulator, if you will. Man, I wish I had a modulator on the thing. Anywho, the voice is like, perfect. Now, let us truly begin. And so, the two of you begin to witness a glow coming around Dorian, and the room begins to fill in a blinding, very as white and as golden as this light is, it's still very ominous as it washes over you. As this light begins to expand into the room and it kind of covers every part of this living room / kitchen area, you feel, and again, so Atticus, the feeling that you had when you hit him the second time begins to wash over you again, but this time it has intensified. Phineas, this is the first time you feel this sensation, but you also feel the disharmony, if you will, kind of begin to ricochet through your body, and you can physically feel the, the very like, oh God, I'm getting dizzy. Oh God, this is not great. Oh no, I can't feel my face. And as the two of you are kind of there trying to fight and to resist, I won't say that you pass out, but within this blinding light, you hear, now it's my turn. It's like, now it is my turn. Welcome to my world. As you both see coming from in front of you where Dorian was, you just see these, you see these chains of musical notes begin to wrap around your arms and your legs and to kind of start tying around as they begin to drag you towards the whatever point this is. So hang on, let me just put a picture up so y'all can see how crazy this is about to get. I love when I have pictures because it's so much fun.
I didn't think of a safe word. I didn't think of a safe word.
Wow.
You do not have my consent for this.
That is very true.
No means no.
There we go.
It's the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness fight.
I mean, technically, and that is what you're being dragged into. And as you continue to resist, the tighter these musical note chains begin to like tighten you up and tighten the more you struggle until you both get pulled into this blinding light.
Atticus is going to try something, if you'll allow it.
Okay.
So are our limbs individually chained, or are we bound up like this?
So I will say that it's wrapped around where it's trying, like it's got, let's say the two separate musical chains have your legs, and another one has you tried to like wrapped around to your chest area. So your arms are getting wrapped up. So you can't physically try to break free from them.
So if his arms are like this, his sword is a good length sword. He's going to try to bend himself, and when he realizes he can't fight it, resist it, he's going to slightly pull back from the force, give it a little bit of resistance, and then dive into it to be pulled with the momentum.
Yes.
Sword point first towards wherever they're getting pulled.
Hey, you know what? I don't even need you rolled. That's badass. So
and does follow suit with Atticus busting down doors.
I mean, one of my skills is decisive and powerful, so I've got to play into that,
And, this is a door-like entrance, so it fits.
I will say that you succeed. So you're just like, I'm ready for what's coming next, and just into the
no point in fighting it. Just go.
Cool. So Phineas, you see Atticus do this. Atticus is ready, and you just see him go into the light as you are also being chained right now with these musical notes.
Oh, why did... Oh my god. This man's gonna get us all killed.
And as you say that, you're just like, doink! Like,
The last thing line we see from Kitsune.
Yeah.
He's gonna get us all killed.
Bye.
we love this. I love this so much. Alrighty. So, as you feel yourself being pulled upon the precipice of wherever this entry point is, you both end up coming to the other side, kind of flying towards the ground, so to speak. You will not get injured. There's nothing dangerous, but it's just like you are ending up on the floor. So you find yourself in front of what looks to be a dilapidated, like, corridor of some sort. It's made of brick walls. It has seen better days. Like, there are window panes that are broken. You see like bricks laying on the floor. You see like wooden beams that would support the ceiling kind of come down. It's very spooky, as I like to say.
Spooky.
Spooky.
I do have to say, I think Atticus feels a bit more comfortable in this situation than the last time this happened, because at least this time he has like a suit of armor and a sword and superpowers. So he's like, okay, cool. Things have at least gotten a little bit better.
And there are no mirrors. So those always help. So yeah, you two are on the ground. You guys, this is what you see. So I will let y'all roll with it for a little bit.
We are unbound now, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We are boundless.
Boundless. In a corridor of creepiness. That is not mirrors.
Is it, when you say corridor, is it like just straight ahead and straight behind, or?
So I will say that it is straight. It is like literally a corridor / a hallway forward. And then as you turn back, it's like a brick wall.
Oh, okay. Cool. This seems normal.
Did you legit say that out loud?
Yeah.
I just kind of look over it and I'm like, really? He's not even here right now. Like,
so, sorry. I had to turn that thing off, I guess, when it's just us.
Okay. Well, looking back behind me at the wall, looking forward at the corridor. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but let's, I guess, press through. We gotta...
Wait. And Atticus is going to use his sword and just the tip touch the brick wall. You know, what, like when he did with the mirror. Just test it. Just test it with the tip.
That's true.
So
just to see how it feels.
You hit the brick wall, and all of a sudden, for some reason, you hear, no, just kidding.
This place isn't so bad.
Be like, ooh.
My Tetsubo's studded. Let's go.
No, so you point. Yes, it's Inuit. Just the tip to the wall. But it's really solid.
Cool.
It's rock solid, if you will.
And so is the wall.
Yes. Ayo.
All right, just had to check. I think I'll keep it up for now. All right, then I guess we go this way.
Cool. So the two of you begin walking towards, down this hallway, and it seems to be going on forever. But as you continue to walk, you notice that the decor and the furnishings begin to change the more you press on. What was once just dilapidated, broken down, you see this corridor as you further along begin to shift into somewhat of a very regal kind of regalia. The carpet has now turned into a lush red, like literally rolling out the red carpet. Very old school kind of. What am I doing? All of us are theater people to a sense. It's like you're walking into a foyer of a major like opera house, concert hall, whatever you want to think about. It's very grand in its entrance. And all the furnishings are very gaudy and very regal looking as well. And as you reach the end of this, both of you find yourself in what looks to be the foyer of some sort of grand concert opera hall. There's marble staircase leading upstairs. You have a grand mahogany door in front of you.
As we approach that, a realization comes to Atticus, and he's going to go into one of his pouches, which I'm assuming takes the place of like his pockets and stuff.
Yes. The
so
hero
he reaches.
satchel.
Well, I picture he's got, not to get sued, but a utility belt of some sort. And so he reaches into it to check the pocket where it would most likely be to see if he has the Persephone camcorder on him.
Oh, yes, we love it. So you definitely do have it.
So he's going to pull that out, open it up, and go, Persephone?
Be like, you know what? Do I want to play with? Yeah, let's play with this. So you say Persephone, and all of a sudden you hear the boot up, and then Persephone goes, "It's like, well, how you doing, doll? Nice to finally meet you. I see you met my sister Penelope, but my name's
did I say
Persephone."
Persephone?
Yeah.
Love it.
Wait, how many personalities do you think we can get out of this if we just keep calling it the wrong name?
Yeah,
Like, I'm just,
as long as it starts with a P, we're good.
like, I'm just joshing you. This is, it's like, again, you have this voice, and then it goes back to, I was just kidding. Hello.
Oh, yeah,
Hello,
Penelope. Penelope.
That is my cousin. Would you like to meet her?
No. Penelope. Sorry, I just wanted to see if you were still with us. I didn't know if you could cross over or not. So, yeah, just stay on alert, stay active, and we'll try to keep you safe. I'll try to put it away, lock it up.
Cool.
And keep recording. And then
It's going to turn into the Blair Witch Project soon.
it's going to be sitting in the corner. One of us is just standing in the corner facing
It's probably going to be me.
Yeah.
Be like, to unlock the door, you must face your greatest fear. No, just kidding.
Oh, I can turn this back. We're not in the bright white light anymore. Okay, good. I can go back to normal lighting.
For the theatrical effect,
Yeah.
you should. I don't know if anybody was seeing it or not, but he had his light on with the white, and he had his hand up here. It was like perfect white light. Like, way to sell the bit. That was amazing.
Love it. So yeah, the two of you find yourself in this grand foyer.
And there's doors. Are there any markings on the doors?
Well, since you mentioned it, so you do see marking on the doors, and again, similar to the fun-loving world that was the Twisted Hall of Mirrors that y'all experienced a couple months ago when dealing with the magician and all that nonsense. You also do see markings on this door, but instead of it being very creepy and very gothic, this one seems to be of a more refined design. There is a bunch of music notes surrounding it, very musical accoutrement, if you will, classical instruments like violins, pianos, all that good stuff. And at the dead center, you see kind of like the back of a conductor of some sort in the middle of conducting the orchestra in front of them.
Interesting.
You're like smart and stuff, right?
I mean, I know some stuff.
Do you know if this music notes are anything specific, or are they just random music notes?
You know, Hang on. Hang on.
Let's find out.
I gotta pull stuff up just a second because I forgot some of the stuff that I can do. Almost like I should have kept this in notes on my phone, but we'll just wing it and go 2 or 3 months back in all of Mikey and myself's conversations that we've got going on.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hang on. Almost, maybe.
Almost there.
Almost there. Oh God, these musical notes, they're amazing. Friendship is magic. Okay, hang on. Wait. Dang it. Oh.
The challenges of not having character sheets.
For reals.
Yeah, and also I'm normally pretty good at keeping notes. I straight out just didn't.
Yeah, I just
no
made a
fucks
whole.
given.
I made a character sheet in my notes out of just the stuff. I was like, all right, what do I need to remember?
Like,
Okay, so attention to detail.
uh-huh.
The complete encyclopedia.
Oh,
And I think that would be it for at least what I have with that stuff. I don't actually know if I took. I didn't take anything aggressive. It's all knowledge based.
Hey, but you know what? Every player, we got to have somebody who is very knowledgeable because, right now, it's been a lot of fighting, but it's times like these where things come in handy.
Got to get them brains.
Got to use them brains. So so those two things, I will definitely say that is okay. So when you roll, you get to add a +2. Hopefully the dice are nice to you.
Okay. And I took a screenshot so I can add it to my notes later. Oh God. Okay.
Let's see if I have to, you said, you new dice.
Go dice roll.
Da.
7 again.
+2.
That's with the pluses.
Oh,
my God. Ooh.
5.
This is why I DM. And when I DM and I storytell stuff, my dice rolls are way better. When I become a player character, well, right down the tube. It's horrible.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. So you will succeed, but there's going to be some catch. Thankfully, you're not in the middle of a fight, so nothing too crazy is going to happen.
Well, that looks like music notes there, and I think that guy is trying to cast a spell. Oh, wait, no, he's a conductor. Sorry, I mistook that one.
I kind of want it to be like that, but I feel like that would be if you failed.
Yeah.
If I failed, it would have been okay, so I know here's what the music notes look like. This is what it sounds like, but is he trying to cast it like a spell? That's weird. Why would he do that? No.
I love that. No, okay, so with a partial success, here's what you're able to decipher from this door. So obviously, it's common knowledge that you got music notes and conductor and instruments, all the stuff. So that is common knowledge stuff. On this partial success, you are able to figure out that the conductor is similar to what the mask was looking like that was covering Dorian and all that good stuff. Where the hiccup comes in is that even though the notes look like they are arranged randomly, Phineas, you swear that you can connect them in a way that it forms some sort of musical piece, but you can't figure out the cadence, the time measure, or you're not musically inclined like that. So you are on the verge of being hey, you know what? I think I recognize this, but because it's not a standard, 5-line bar measure like sheet music is half the time, you recognize that it forms some sort of musical piece, but you can't pick out to what it is, or you can't play it in your head of what that would sound like. So you're like, crap, I'm on the verge of it, but I can't, like, you can't piece it all the way. So you're like 75% of the way there.
You're like musical edging.
Yeah, pretty damn much. So you're just kind of watching Phineas like staring at everything, going, that doesn't, no, wait, hang on, that doesn't make sense. Why? No, no. Okay, I feel like I've seen this before, and maybe we saw it at the high school.
Mm.
This rings really familiar, and I know that it probably has something to do with what we're going to cross into, like boss music or something. I don't know. It's like it wants to make a sound, like it wants to make like a full track of something. Like I can see it, but it is so out of order to me right now. Like it's like listening to a song coming up to the drop and then not dropping. I'm sorry. My brain, this is hurting my brain a little too much. But I feel like this is going to be, it feels a lot like how we ran into the magician, just more with musical notes.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, and this is probably why I'm sounding like I'm making absolutely no sense, but
Can you
let's
store it in your brain there for a little bit in case we see this again?
yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
I guess I'll do what I do best. And Atticus is gonna
through the door.
Oh wait. He'll think wisely about this. Where are the hinges on the door?
That's a good question. So,
can I see them or can I not? Yeah, exactly.
Do they open out or do they open in?
Yeah.
So, I will say that the hinges are on the outside of this door.
Oh.
So this door would swing towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, kind of like I want to say most theaters, but I know some theaters are weird like that where they go the opposite way, but these would open out towards you in the foyer, and the hinges are on the outside. And the way that this door is in a typical kind of like arch shape, where it's very, what happens when you take a half circle and a rectangle and stick them together kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. And the door is divided in the middle with like left side and right side with visible like line down the middle of where the metallic bar is for the two sides of the door.
Cool. All right. How about you open the door from, so you open it so you're on one side of the door, and I'll be ready on the other side of the door, so then that way I can go in first. And you.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Cool. I was going to try and kick it open, but that would have been just hilarious to try to kick open a pull door.
Stop trying to push the pull door. God damn it, Atticus.
If I rolled double sixes, could I have kicked it open?
I mean,
you somehow managed to push open a pull door.
Never thought it would happen, but here we go.
You defied every logical reasoning.
All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
We go open said doors.
And as he opens it up, I'll come around the corner with the sword out and see what I see.
Cool. Scene change.
You see another corridor. It's a mirror.
No. Why are there so many kids? The funny part is I started to say that right as I saw the picture form, and I was like, the irony. How did I know that was going to happen? I don't want to beat kids. That's no.
Just be like, no, don't stop, please. So, Atticus, as you open the door, again, you kind of peek in, and in front of you is a very vast auditorium of some sorts. And as you look, like directly from where you're standing, you notice that half of this hall is glowing in this like golden warmth, with rows of polished seats, banners shimmering with, words you can't quite read. Again, changing the lights, we love it.
You said it's golden warmth, right?
You said it was golden warmth. That'll do it.
Yeah,
I don't have my ring lighter. I would have done the same thing.
Right. So again, banners shimmering with words you can't quite read. You have light flooding the space. And then on the other half of this auditorium, like night and day, you see that the other half is swallowed by shadow. You see rigid chairs bolted to the ground, chains hanging from the ceiling, and you feel from that side the air is oppressive. So you physically see this one space, this one auditorium split in two, and you feel that you're looking at two sides of the same coin, as if the two sides are conflicted upon each other in this vast auditorium.
So when you say the sides, is it like there's an aisle going down the middle of the seats, and so it'd be like one set of seats on one side are in the dark and one side's in light, or is it half the other direction, like the half we're in is in light and farther into it is in dark?
That is a good question. So I will say that where you're standing is like literally the halfway point between the two sides. As you look to the left, light, bathing and warm. Look to the right, dark, oppressive, dilapidated. The seats are bolted to the ground with chains, while the other side is very luscious and, perfect and glorious, like an actual like theater would look like, or a concert hall, I should say.
All right. Atticus will look back and be like, and he's going to start walking down the aisle, but he's going to switch his sword to his other hand because unlike the other heroes, he doesn't have at least in the art for QUEERZ, they always have the halo thing. His is in his sword. So his sword is the part that gives off the prismatic colors. So he's going to hold his sword out to the right, kind of into facing the darkness, as kind of a way of like shedding light on the darkness as he walks.
Sweet. So as you are walking here and you have the light ready to go for the, to see if you're able to catch anything in the dark that may or may not be hiding there. Phineas, I must ask, are you following behind Atticus as he's doing this?
I'm actually going to be following, in essence, if his sword is casting light in front of me, I'm going to be following, like, I don't know, maybe a yard or two back. Like, still on said right side, but I'm going to be using his sword, in essence, as a flashlight.
Cool.
Now, there is, typically in lower light situations, the scarf that I have will emit a little light because it looks like it's almost like what is that? Like shifting cherry blossoms, kind of.
Ooh. Very ethereal. I love it.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of light behind me, but it's really low. But I'm kind of sort of gauging everything off of where his sword is.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, okay. So as the two of you are walking down, as you are, inching ever so closer towards the front of this very vast auditorium, you make it about halfway when all of a sudden you see in front of you, of course, is this large stage. You see a bunch of spotlights begin to just onto the stage. And as you kind of look at it, be like, what is happening? Of course, you start to see that a shadow begins to coalesce. And then appearing from the shadows of these spotlights. So the best way to describe it is these spotlights are casting what looks to be someone's shadow against the wall of the stage and the floor a little bit, but there's no one there. But then all of a sudden you see someone coming from that shadow re-emerging. You see a figure begin to rise from the shadow. And as this figure is walking through the darkness into the light, you see that this is a male figure. You see that his face looks to be porcelain, flawless at first, with cracks down the middle of the face. And you see that the cracks are emitting some sort of light as if they're flickering between the pristine cleanliness of like porcelain. Anybody who has seen a porcelain doll knows how creepy that skin looks. So the light is kind of contrasting with the perfect gloss of a porcelain skin. And you literally see that it's literally Two-Face with the two sides of the porcelain and the cracked figure of a face flickering between the perfection and flawlessness of the porcelain to whatever is happening on the other side, which is dilapidated, broken, looks like it's about to crack even further. And yeah, so this is not a fun look. Let me just do this real quick. There we go. Perfecto. I tried my best with these images, but yeah. Again, even with the spotlights, half of this auditorium is in light, the other half is in darkness. So coming out, in not only do you recognize this face, but you also see that very regal black, conductor's robes and the baton and everything. And this shadow begins to stretch its arm with the baton in hand, kind of sweeping across the seats. And the two of you immediately witness that as soon as he extends the baton forward, on both sides of you, you start to see these shadowy figures begin to coalesce into the seats. These are formless individuals with no faces, with very ominous, like very uniform in their voices, just all beginning to sit there with sheets of music in their hand. I told y'all, like, I go for some creepy factors in my game. So welcome to the Scare Show. This is going to be fun. And you begin to hear these individuals, these formless shadows with music begin to play a very ominous and in unison tone of music, which both of you, well, actually, Atticus, you would be familiar with this because you went to the media lab to hear the stuff. And Phineas, I will say that Atticus shared it with you, I believe. Yeah, you shared this information, but Atticus, you immediately recognize what this is. So when you were in the media lab and you heard the special, filtered in the playback of it, the you begin to hear this, but in a more grand form because this whole entire auditorium is beginning to do so. And as these shadows begin to sing in this very ominous tone, the two of you begin to feel the reverberation from like the wave. So as soon as the you feel it in your chest, and then it releases when the octave goes down. Feel it again as it goes up and down, up and down. It's like a vibration being sent through this whole entire thing. And as, again, you're still conscious. It's not impeding you to move or anything, but you start to feel, again, taking terms from Bleach, you start to feel the spiritual pressure begin to shift and change around you in a sense. Like something is very off, and it is unlike the Magician where that atmosphere was kind of there. This is more oppressive and it's heavier as if gravity itself is beginning to become more malleable and change around you into something more ominous. And as the two of you begin to kind of feel this pressure around you, the conductor puts the baton down. The shadows are still there. They just sit there waiting for the next move. And again, figure forward begins to kind of say in a very distorted voice that sounds less like Dorian, but it sounds like he's still there, but now it's more modulated than your previous encounter in the living room. And just looks at you very coldly, not, but looking at the both of you. You think you've seen me weak, but in order for perfection to thrive, any weakness must be cut away.
I got a way to cut away right here, buddy. No.
We'd love to see it.
We can make that happen really quickly.
So he's up in front. He's still on the stage?
Correct. He is still on the stage.
And the music has stopped, you said?
Yeah, the music has stopped because he has put the baton down, and these shadowy figures in the audience are waiting for the next movement.
How far away are we from him?
I will say that you are about, again, measurement's not my best thing, but I will say that you are about 10 feet or so away.
Okay.
And there also is a little bit of a height difference because you are on the ground floor and he's on the stage.
Okay. I got an idea, but oh, he's rolling it up.
Get it. As he's starting to think, I'm like, in essence, now we're almost. I'm trying to go back to back with Atticus, so I can see anything behind us while he's taking a look in front, because I can see the gears moving as he's kind of gearing up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him cook a little bit, and then we'll take it from there.
What does the rest of the stage look like? Is there like a fly rail system? Are there drapery? Is there are they on risers? Like what is the?
Oh, now we're getting into the specifics. I love these questions.
That we're having a tech off right now.
Hey, I knew my player base, and I wanted to make sure that we could have some fun with our actual backgrounds in some capacity. So yeah, I will say that. So, me not a theater person, right? So I'm going to do my best. I will say that there is So, I say this is like an auditorium / concert hall, but I'm thinking of it more attuned to a theater concert hall. There is drapery and there is a fly system, because I know what that is. The little that I do know. So, yeah.
And are there you said there's drapery, so that's rigged on the fly rail. Are there? Do we see lights from where the lights are emitting, or is it like it's coming out of the darkness?
I will say that you turn your head and kind of again. So you're on the ground floor. Then there's the second balcony with the second story seats or whatever, because there were stairs that led up to there, and kind of rigged to the edge of some of the balcony sections are like your typical rig of spotlights.
Okay. So, all right, Atticus is gonna take a chance here. He's gonna prep up his sword like he's getting ready to attack. And you said the choir, they're behind him, right?
So the choir is behind him on the stage, yeah, kind of seated. There's also completely filled the audience too.
Oh, okay. So they're all around us.
Yeah, I will say that you don't sense them to be a threat per se. But it's still not fun.
Okay. Atticus is going to prep his sword, and he's going to look to see if there is a baton holding some of the curtains that would be over or in front of the choir that's on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can locate those, he'll prep his sword. And instead of jumping into action, he's going to pivot and throw his sword, to try and cut through the cables holding the baton to hopefully drop those, like the soft goods, like on top of or in front of the choir on stage.
Cool. Let's see how successful you are.
All right, I would like to use my superhero weapon fighting, and karate if possible.
Cool.
I don't think my summon sword fits into that one. All right. No joke. A 6 and a 5.
Oh,
Nice.
so you fully succeed in what you are doing.
So he'll throw it so it'll kind of turn into a spinning blade to cut through the cables to drop down the curtains and the baton to land like either on top of them or in front of them to kind of separate and disrupt them from the conductor.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the ability to, and it distracts him from Atticus, and I can say something while he is distracted, I want to try and say something to Penelope.
Okay. So again, you fully succeed. So you set out to what you're doing, and as this is all happening, the conductor, still unfazed, looks back again, very trying to like not let the emotion show, and just turns straight back to you and just gives you a quick smirk as he witnesses this, as if giving like an approving, like, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Okay. So as he throws the sword, in like the motion of throwing it, he'll come down like he's like finished his body of his rotation, and as quietly as possible towards the pocket where Persephone is. He wants to say, not Persephone, Penelope, and he wants to say, if you have the ability to generate noise-canceling tones, now would be a time to prep that. So he'd like to use, if she has the ability to generate the noise-canceling like sound waves, like they use for noise-canceling headphones, he wants her to prep those tones. And then he'll like reset himself like he was like finishing the swing through, took a action pose, and then readies himself back to facing the
Cool. So Persephone goes, well,
he said
like,
it.
well,
He said it.
you said so you say Persephone, and again,
I know.
you hear Persephone's voice, not Penelope's. It's like, well, hello, doll. I'm really happy to meet you again. I'll be happy to have those tones for you.
He's gonna go in when we're done with this and just like edit name Persephone. Cool. All right.
Be like, and we gonna keep this voice as that's the case, dolls.
It also doesn't help that my character's name is Atticus, and in the last D&D campaign that I played for like 5 years, my character was Azrael, and I keep wanting to refer to my character as Azrael.
I mean, you've got a sword. Like, I know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it. Be like, all right, Mr. J, I got you.
And that'll be my move.
Cool. So, as this is all transpiring, Phineas, is there anything you would like to do?
How tall is from the floor to the top of the stage? Like, is that something that I could potentially like jump, leap, or do I have to like do one of those like stage leaps where you put your hands up on the thing and you like wink and you just kind of like throw your feet over the top and try and get up from there?
So, you know what? That's a good question.
That's
I
what
will
I'm here
say,
for.
yeah. So I will say that in order to get on the stage from the front without going to the side and using stairs and things and whatnot, you are able to get it from the front, but you're gonna kind of have to like hup yourself up onto it. But you are in hero form, so
He's gonna try and box jump it just straight up off the ground.
I mean, more or less, because kind of what I want to do is I want to see if I can try and jump the gap and like overhand swing and knock that that conductor's baton out of his hand. So with my great PC rolls, we're gonna see if I can try this.
He's gonna eat it in the front of the stage.
Probably, I'm probably gonna get double ones. Just be like, bam, like face first right into the stage. When I like trip on some carpet or something. Oh, I'll take that.
Oh.
Do you like an 8?
I got a 10.
Oh,
Hey,
damn,
that's
there
a
you go.
success. So you set out to exactly what you wanted to do, which was to get up on that stage.
So, do we want to do that in 2 moves, stage and then hit?
So I will say getting onto the stage will count as 1. If you want to hit, we will have to do a separate roll, but you succeeded in getting onto the stage.
Good. I mean, I'm not going to say no if you'll let me do it. I'm going to try and smack him in the hand. I don't have a sorted device, so I know that I'm not going to be able to lop it off. But
You could break it.
That's true. I could. And you know what? Breaking things is far better than just completely like severing whatever body part it is. Just saying. So that is up to you. If you will willingly let me do that, that's fine. If you want to, we can run through the turns so it's his turn and then we go, or however you want to storytell this.
Here's what I will say. Again, because the way I'm thinking about this, I will say that these are kind of like not simultaneously, but they are kind of happening in quick succession and other. So I figured that Atticus has successfully curtain, distraction, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, while that is all going down, you jump on. So I will say that Phineas, you will get a shot to see if you can knock the baton out of the hand. We are going to do a separate roll, though, to see how successful you are. And yeah, we'll see what kind of surprises we have.
Okay, so I'm going to do another roll then, correct?
Yes. So
Okay.
you have successfully gone on the stage. So the second roll is to see how successful you are in knocking the baton out of his hand.
Okay. Let's see what we can do.
Just don't roll a 2. It might have you fall back off the stage.
That's a 5.
Oh, so that is a fail. So this is
Oh,
how
no.
it's going to go. Oh,
That's fine.
You
That's
wheel
fine.
back. Oh.
so
We.
I want to preface by saying this: your character is not going to be super harmed. They're not going to be like on the floor dying. However,
Okay.
He's not
Again.
going to TPK us, but
I'm not going to TPK, but I believe in transparency. So in this fail, yeah. So here's what happens. So,
Oh Lord! All right, bring it.
I love you, JT, and please know it brings me no joy to do this, but also this is
It's
fun.
It's all for the game. It's all for the game.
It's for the content. I'm just kidding.
Yep, it's all for the
So-
content.
As you go to try to knock the baton out of the conductor's hand, you are able to kind of get close enough. And as you are, I will say that you make an impact. However, as you make this impact, you feel a force of some sort going up against you. And you are kind of just stuck, like trying to push up against that force. And the conductor just turns his head down towards you. and says, "Truly, is that all you got? Now it's my turn to play." And then, with just the flick of his wrist, he flicks the baton, not even in a big over the top gesture, just a simple move. And the distorted voice from the conductor just says, "Staccato." And you just feel the harsh clap of a pressure hitting your chest. And inside your head, you begin to hear the discordance of what sounds like a huge clap of something similar to what happens when you have a bunch of piano keys begin to snap inside of the piano. And so when you click the key, when a string snaps, you just hear the out of tune key on a piano just begin to bombard your head. And while that is filling up in your head, the baton just forces you and kind of literally force palms you off the stage, crashing through rows and rows. So it pushes you at a downward angle where you crash through like the first couple of rows of the seats, but then the force continues to push you and destroys you and push you and destroys you, like about 10 rows deep into the thing. And again, once you kind of feel yourself finally calm down, the physical impact of it has kind of stopped, but your head begins to still be surrounded by those snapping piano key sounds, and it begins to affect your vision, and you begin to slowly kind of eyes glaze over. It's kind of similar if you look underwater without any goggles, like it's very blurry now. So you are temporarily so hyper stimulated with the internal sound of the snapping piano keys playing in your head that is overstimulating your senses, and it is temporarily blinding you. So you are on the floor clutching your head as your sight begins to go foggy. Damn. Atticus, you see this. You don't know the extent of what is going down, but you literally just saw your companion just get blown off the stage, go crashing through a bunch of seats, and is now on the floor just holding on to their head.
I just got JJK'd.
We love to see it.
This is hard because there's definitely there's the part of Atticus that is the hand lopping off one.
I was gonna say, oh, there goes the hand.
And then there's the part of Atticus is that we're supposed to like break through their ignorance and like lead them into the light and help them. Like, why do I have to carry a sword?
I mean, that's a good way to break through ignorance. Is leave it in half. Don't do that, kids. Violence is not a good answer.
I mean, sometimes it's the answer. All right. Atticus, I think we'll do the like see his friend this way, and then it'll be the and Atticus is going to how far away are the stairs on either side?
I will say within all of this, you're about closer 5 feet to the stairs in a sense.
And okay. How do I want to make this? Okay. Atticus is going to I'm going to try and RP a little and make a little make a little scene here.
Yeah,
see what happens. Okay. So Atticus is going to slowly like walk from where he is and slowly do the like one step at a time up the stairs and pivot and turn towards the conductor. And as he's walking towards him, he's just going to thrust his hand out sideways. And when he does, he will use his ability Summon My Sword, because obviously he threw it away. And he's just going to like summon the sword right back to his hand. I like the idea that it doesn't physically come back to him, but it's like it appears in his hand like it flew from wherever it was to his hand. So there'd be no like visual trail of watching it like Thor's hammer, but when it arrives in his hand, it's there instead of just like materializing.
Right.
And I would like to, along with summoning my sword, if possible, do some kind of flare when he does that as he stands across from the conductor, you know, kind of spins his sword through the air and strikes it down, dragging his the tip of his sword across the front of the stage, hoping to make like a scraping or a screeching sound into the texture of the stage, combining the summon my sword with his intimidating combat to try and throw off the conductor.
All right, let's see how successful you are.
Okay. That's +2. So come on. 6 or better. I got an 8 +2. It's a 10.
Cool. So you set out to do exactly what you wanted to do.
Nobody hurts my friends.
Spooky.
You get him, Ninja Batman.
Alrighty.
This is what he looks like right there.
Yes. We love to see it. So, yeah, you are successfully able to flare something. It's like,
Cool. I'm going to try and get that same intimidation that he just got on Kitsune, I'm assuming.
so this is going to be fun. As you're able to flare it, the conductor is a little off-put. It is a little off-put by what you were able to do, and just notices it's just like, oh, okay. But again, he is taken back a little bit, but it is not enough to make him fully like, oh no, stop, mercy. Again, just like you're like, oh, okay. So you begin to hear the conductor laugh a little bit, Atticus, as you know, you successfully, well, for all intents, it has rendered him batonless, if you will.
It's like
Love
those fake magic wands that
yes,
like,
it's like it just curls down. It's just like, oh. So the conductor begins to laugh a little bit. Says, oh, so you're going to be the problem. I like a good challenge. And the conductor just lets the baton go onto the ground and just slowly begins. So I'll say there's about like a 3 or 4 foot gap between the two of you. Well, you are within range because you basically made the wand go. So the conductor says, I like a good challenge. And the conductor takes one step forward, Atticus, but then in like a blink of an eye, he is like right behind you towards the side of you off to your shoulder. And it says, and he just puts his hand on your shoulder and says, I think, well, actually, he puts a hand on your shoulder and says, it's like, it was a good show all around. I give you points for your creativity, but this is my domain. And if you're going to be here, you must abide by my rules. And with the hand, not even like crushing the shoulder, just gently, just no baton. You just hear the distorted voice, and it goes like, fermata. And you just feel yourself tense up, and you are stuck in place. So you, again, eyes are moving, but you physically can't move. And the conductor begins to walk around as he begins to pace, study you a little bit, and says, sword, some sort of armor. I wonder who you truly are under there. And he begins to reach for the helmet and is just like, but then that will ruin the fun and the surprise. So, my mysterious enemy, you and your friend here have decided to crash my concerto, if you will, my concert, my performance. And I don't take kindly to those who want to disrupt the balance of everything. So, I will let you go with a little bit of a warning. If you're going to come in here and cause a ruckus, I think it would be best if you review what theater etiquette is like and how to conduct yourself in a civilized and an orderly manner. Don't worry, I will be waiting here for you should you choose to come back again. But I would highly recommend that you come up with a better plan. But this was quite the show, and I thoroughly enjoyed our time together. However, I think it's time for us to finally end this. So, and again, he puts his hand to his ear, kind of like listening. I believe it's time for the coda of this performance to come to a close. So he walks over to his baton and he begins to pick it up. And he just tucks it neatly into his pocket in the front of his kind of nicely done conductor's outfit and says, until our next meeting, I look forward to seeing and I look forward to playing with you some more. And as he walks away, you both, well, Atticus, you begin to kind of try to fight it. And as you look up in the distance, you start to see a giant shadow cast above them, the stage. And as you kind of look up and you gaze up above you as much as your eyes are able to at this point, hovering over you is a large mask. Again, same porcelain on one half, cracked on the other. And however, it's if anyone is familiar with the Wizard of Oz or Wicked, think of it as like a automaton version of like a moving mouth of the actual wizard, like behind the curtain kind of stuff. And it begins to glow the same incandescent light as it begins to fill this space. Atticus, you see this bright light begin to dissipate all of the choir members who, again, no screaming, no anything, just disappearing, kind of sizzling out. And Atticus, as you are kind of now in this blinding light, you turn really quickly to kind of shield yourself as best as you can, as much as you're able to, being stuck in this form. So you're like fighting to get your hand over your eyes and trying to forcefully turn your head away. As you turn your head away, Atticus, you are able to see in this sea of white light, you see a dilapidated piano kind of sitting in the center of this. And you also see a figure sitting at this piano beginning to like play the piano and just with the finger hitting the keys like someone, like a kid would do, kind of just playing around with it. But the keys are in tuned. As dilapidated and as kind of disheveled as this piano is, you do hear the regular notes being played. And as you are kind of looking, you see this person who is looking down at the piano look up, and you see that it is Dorian, who is continuing to just slowly hit the piano keys. And just looking up, Dorian turns to you, Atticus, in this form, and he just not saying anything, not yelling, not screaming, not even crying, just continuing to play the piano keys, stops, and just gives a very grimaced smile as if he knows it's like, this situation's kind of bad, but gives you the reassuring nod as just like, I'm still in here kind of situation. And knowing that you would verbally, with this is like the show don't tell, but verbally he's non-verbally telling you it's like, it's okay, come back for me when you can, and just gives you a pained smile, but still confident that everything is going to be okay. And then the white light envelops you. Atticus, as you kind of regain your composure, you find yourself back into the, well, now dilapidated state of Dorian's living room with everything that had transpired in, the fight leading into the inner space. You see that Phineas is still on the floor, kind of just collecting himself now. Phineas, I will say at this point that your eyesight begins to come back to you. You are still currently on the floor, but you kind of sit yourself up, come back to, you have your senses about you. And the two of you kind of just sit here, going over exactly what this, you experienced. So I will say that you guys will now have the floor to kind of wrap it up, and then that will be the end. So I will leave it to you guys of how you want this final conversation to go.
Once Atticus recovers and sees what's going on, he's going to reach into his pouch, pull out the recording or the Penelope device, and pull it out and say, "Did you get all that?"
One moment, please. Analyzing footage. So, good and bad news, Atticus. I do have recording. However, some parts of footage have been, well, I'll let you see for yourself. And Penelope kind of plays the screen. So, the physical, building and surrounding itself, it got, and the shadows it got, but when the camera focuses on the conductor, it's just full on staticky, blurred out,
But did we get audio? That's the part I'm more concerned about.
So it gets audio of you guys, but anytime the conductor speaks, you just hear the staticky, garble.
Okay, but we got audio. Did we get audio of the music, the singing, and all that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He'll walk over. He'll put it away. He'll walk over to Kitsune, help him up to his feet. I think we should get this analyzed when we recover.
Yeah. What the hell hit me?
I'm pretty sure that was a musician.
Good Lord. I don't want that to happen again. Oh, God. It sounds like a bunch of strings rattling in my head, and I can still hear them.
Atticus will do if you let him, he'll put your one arm over his shoulder to kind of help you walk. Look around at the destructed house and be like, we should probably get out of here. Just to, he's got neighbors and stuff. And as they go to leave, is the Penelope bird still in here?
She is, yes.
Okay, he'll scoop that up too and be like, all right, let's just make sure we got everything, any evidence, and I got a place we can recover.
As I'm seeing this, I'm going, Mikey, you can, wow, I just blanked his name. Is our other character still in the vicinity?
Poor Chris and power outage. Yes, I will say that Kyler has been with you guys this whole entire time and witnessed everything too.
He's not just standing in the yard frozen.
Well, I was going to say it's either that or he just jumped ship. He's a pirate.
When you're playing in an MMO and you just lose connection and your character's standing there or just spinning around.
Yeah, or he's just looking straight up at the stars. You're like, yo.
No, I will say Kyler has been with you guys. He went into the inner space. He is now with it, he is in your guys' vicinity in his hero form, which is, his acrobatic pirate.
He just got scared so much by what happened to us that he was just in the back going like, I don't want to be involved in this.
Yeah. What you guys dragged me into?
But
First
yes,
it was the magician,
Tyler
now it's
is
the
currently
musician.
with you guys and has been with you this entire time.
All right.
Okay. Because I had two different routes that I was going to go with this one, and be like, all right, let's just, oh god, get out of here.
We'll throw him in the trunk and then we'll get out of here.
There we go. Oh god, that hurts so much.
So once you get outside of the house, Penelope transforms into, again, a full-on Silver Surfer, but with seatbelts and seats for all of you to sit. I guess the better way to describe it is it's kind of like a Jetson, like flying car. And so, as Atticus, I'm assuming we're going to the safe space.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good
So-
place to go.
After you tell Penelope where to go, she begins to follow it. And as you are flying,
Wait, I'm gonna have to blindfold you guys so you don't know where it's at.
So as you blindfolded everybody else, Penelope is like, your secret is safe with me. I will delete this location as soon as possible. But
Thank you.
as all of you are flying towards the safe space, you all begin to think back as to what the heck was this. And as you kind of think about everything that you've experienced so far in your short time as being heroes, the magician was a lot. You came to learn about what this all was, and you were able to handle that situation with somewhat relative ease. But it seems that this time around, you're going to have to push harder, and it seems that this Justice Knight is playing by a different set of rules as unlike the magician did. So as you, quote unquote, lick your wounds and come up and regroup and figure out what the next step is as we fly towards the safe space, that is where we're going to end our session for the evening. Oh my goodness. So we
How
have
about
made
shit rocked.
Hey, but you know what? It makes good storytelling. I wanted to use the session to get you guys into this inner space, which you did. It's this big old theater, but yeah, the rules here are a little bit crazier, and y'all are gonna have to figure out what to do now, because this is gonna be a rough one. And Atticus, specifically you, Dorian is still in there somewhere. You got to figure out how you're gonna get him out. Y'all got to figure out how to get him out.
Just cut him out.
Yeah.
You can't always cut people out. I'm just kidding.
Sure you can. He's got a sword.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
We'll debrief once we go offline, too, because I want to. But that is going to be it for this episode of QUEERZ. This was a lot of fun. Thank you to my players. I feel so bad for Chris, who lost power in the middle of this, and he was really not happy that he was going to miss. But hopefully things will be better, because our next session will be in 2 weeks on August 30th, which I'm super excited about. And so how are our heroes going to deal with a more powerful Justice Knight? How are they going to combat this? What are some alternative plans? What is going to be their strategy heading forth? We'll come back on Saturday, August 30th to figure out what that looks like. So that is going to be it here. This is Mikey, your Q Master for QUEERZ. Again, I would like to thank my players for being here this evening. I would like to thank Will and Halfwing Lizard Productions of allowing me to tell this story here. And I look forward to our next session. So until next time, this is, the cast of QUEERZ is signing off for the evening. So until then, sayonara, adios, and be here, be queer, never be afraid to be yourself, and we'll catch you later. But until next time, peace.
Tiny robes he's wearing so fine, in the tavern sipping on wine, knows the secrets of the old halfling wizard never told. Mystic wand and a pointed hat, talks to people about this and that, sneaky tricks and a wink in his eye. halfling wizard makes the hours fly. Oh, halfling wizard in the night, casting spells to the moonlight. He can talk and he can know, in his world the magic grows. Down the road in evening light, he'll engage you, that's his delight. Readers of the stars he seeks, in a crowd he's sure to speak.